traveling a long, long time, had disheveled hair, a restless mind, holes in my shoes. Well, I thought I'd like to settle down. I had a degree when I rode to town. I figured I had nothing to lose. You know, breaking rocks had been my scene, and reading books seemed quite serene, so I decided to go on back to school. My rejection letters came mighty late, but I'd already settled on NC State, though I didn't know just quite what I would do. I first saw his face on my computer screen. It said his work was mighty green, so I wrote and said, I think I'd like to work with you. Well, I didn't wait but a slight short spell, and he wrote back, said that'd be swell, and that's when I started singing the Matthew Booker Blues. I was singing the Matthew Booker Blues. Well, he buried me in great piles of books, and some of them changed my whole outlook. I found new ways to use my muddled mind. You know, I wasn't really an oyster man. I had to find my way, take some clear stand, so I rambled over space and strands of time. Well, my focus kept changing as I went from cold to meat to excrement, but nothing seemed to slow this mental promiscuity. My mind wandered over from shore to sound. It was finally there that I settled down on sandy islands and claims staked by the sea. Well, I struggled through seasons of wind and rain to understand the meaning of this terrain, but the more I read, it seemed the less I knew. But that scholarly man stood by my side, turned my water down thick and nearly into wine, and I just kept singing them Matthew Booker Blues. I was singing the Matthew Booker Blues. My committee found my thesis rather swell. I had a rubber chicken award to show as well, but I didn't know in the year just where I'd be. Well, I'd often heard rumors of this ponytail man training graduate students in that California land, and I tended to agree with his core philosophy. But I decided just the same to take off a year till Matthew gave me advice. It came to hold dear, told me I should maximize my possibilities. You know, I was lucky to proceed a financial meltdown, and it pained me to turn Bill Cronin down, but that ponytail man said I could come more westerly. So I took to traveling one more time out across that 100th longitude line, had my books, my guitar, and a brand new pair of shoes. But all good things come to an end, but there are no goodbyes between friends, and there's nothing blue about the Matthew Booker Blues. Nothing blue about the Matthew Booker Blues. Ain't nothing blue about the Matthew